So I skipped another day of meditation yesterday, and I am still amazed at what I said 2 days ago, the fading of guilt and shame, at least in regards to the fact that I didn't meditate and I had committed to it. Yeah, so yesterday was a busy day as well, so I didn't have time, and I was fine with it. I would have preferred to meditate, and I see the difference. I noticed the difference in my days. And this morning I did meditate, and it felt good. Well, not good, but like it's become a need. Like I would say, as ridiculous as going to the bathroom or taking a shower. Maybe taking a shower is more accurate, because going to the bathroom is you have to, you can't help it. But showering, a few hundred years ago, people did not shower as much as we do now. But it feels good to be clean and to shower. So I guess meditating is like showering for your soul or something. Yeah. What else? Well, that's nothing else, but it's a major thing. I keep looking for the benefits and always find that my videos are redundant, and I always say the same thing. Can you hear my cat? I have a cat in heat. Yes, so that was a lifelong pattern for me, to feel guilty at everything I do or even not do, or my ego and everyone's ego can take anything and its opposite and make you feel crap about it and shame you and guilt you. So if I meditate, I feel guilty that I didn't do something more productive. And if I do many things during the whole day, I used to feel like I should have meditated. And now that's reduced a lot, and it's great. The other thing, though, is that, and this has been going on for many weeks, months, and maybe years, but now it's become really obvious. It feels like my ego, my sense of self, or my personality is slowly becoming thinner and thinner. So that's a good thing, because it leads to less suffering. But so in the last few months and years, the more it goes, the less passionate I feel about things that I used to be passionate about, the less hope I have that anything will fulfill me and make me happy. And I know that's a normal step. When I say this out loud, if I heard someone say this, I would say, of course, it's a good thing to realize that your fulfillment and your bliss and your happiness is not dependent on anything outside of yourself. But what that does is that doesn't drive me to do anything at all. So I don't see myself having the drive to start a career, although I've just finished a coaching course and I would love to be a coach. I know so well that this isn't going to fulfill me. It's just something that adds up to it. I don't have the drive to do it anymore. I don't have the drive to build a new business. I don't have the drive to go back to another job. But there's not the reverse, which would be, I'm so happy that I find the fulfillment, the peace, and the happiness inside of myself. I'm not there yet either. So I'm sort of in this quite depressing and boring state where I don't even want to try to do something. I know it won't fulfill me. Yet I don't know how to find it inside of myself. Well, I guess I know. It's just that my ego would say it doesn't work, which isn't true. I guess I'm in a phase, but it feels like that phase has been there for so long. I'm afraid it will be permanent. But it's not true either. That phase has not been there for so long, because I used to be more in denial about it. And I used to beat myself up that, you know, you have to do more and you have to work more and you have to force yourself to create, and inspiration will come back. And I don't have space for that anymore. If I'm not going to be a creative person ever again anymore, that's fine with me. If I'm not going to be an entrepreneur, that's fine with me. If I'm not going to be a coach or an artist or whatever, it's fine with me. I'm losing my hope that something outside of me will make me happy. I think that was my path in life, unfortunately. My path was to fail at everything. My path was to fail at money, at career, at relationships, at, yeah, whatever. Everything seems hard and feels like a failure in my life. Even my daughter, it's not true. I love her and I'm a quite all right mother, but I'm really focused on what's missing and what I could have done better, and all the ways in which no matter what I try to do, what's the word? Transmettre. I heard someone say trauma is contagious. So even though I don't want her to feel my trauma and to be affected by it, she is, because nervous systems attune to each other. So our kids' nervous systems attune to ours. So if I'm always in flight or freeze mode and in survival and in hypervigilance, she feels that, and it's her environment as well. So I'm working on that, obviously, but it's still my reality, and she feels that. So I feel in a way that I feel that as well. My lack of money definitely impacts her. The fact that I'm a single mom and it's hard affects her as well. The fact that I have childhood trauma affects her as well. It affects the amount of energy I have to give to her, even though I would love to give her more. So if I was to be optimistic, I would say that my purpose in life was to fail at everything, so that I can realize that, to force me to look inside, because that's all I can do. And probably, I don't know what's going to happen from there. I really hope it's going to be the Great Awakening. Great liberation. I wish I was free from all those resistances. I lost my train of thoughts. I don't know if there was any point to what I was saying. Yeah, well, I don't care anymore that I fail at everything. I used to feel so ashamed of who I was and my failures, and I'm not even going to say that it's because I've become so much more healthy, although maybe that's being healthy, I don't know, but it's just that I've lost the capacity. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of being angry at myself and shaming myself and feeling bad for myself. Obviously, it hasn't led me to be more productive or more successful, so I should stop that. And now that I've stopped it, maybe stopping the guilt and shame will eventually lead me to some success, which is relative and which is very subjective as well. What's success anyways? I suffered so much in my life since forever, and I still do a lot. So I guess, as they say, I have to redefine what success means to me. Although on the outside, it's not a successful story to tell. To tell my story, my life story is not a successful story, but But at the same time, I would much rather live in failure my entire life, but feel blissful and fulfilled inside, than being a successful whatever I tried in my life. I wanted to be many things, being a successful actress, coach, life coach, fashion designer. I've tried so many things, and have a perfect husband and big house and travel the world if I am to feel as miserable as I have forever. So, but I'm in the in between. That's what I'm saying. I'm not fulfilled in my failures, and I'm not happy when I try to achieve those material things outside of myself. So I'm wondering, is that it? Is that all that it is? Is that what life is about? What is life about? So I'm trying to allow everything to shed and to fall apart. My passions, my drive, fine. If I'm not going to paint ever again, fine. If I'm not going to ever sew again, fine. If I'm not going to ever coach anyone, fine. I'm just so tired of being stressed and tired of being against myself, or I guess pushing myself. You know, if I one day wake up and really want to paint for the fun of it, not for the result, I'll be so happy. But I'm tired of doing something for the result. I'm tired of painting and hoping that I'll be a famous painter. I'm tired of trying to build a business to become a successful coach so that I can make money out of it. I'm tired of sewing as fast as I can so that I can make enough money from selling all the creations I made. I'm tired of doing something for the outcome. I want things to feel good in the present. But I don't really know how. I guess you just have to do what you feel like doing. And for the last couple of days and months, weeks, years, I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to sit in the sun seriously as soon as it's over 15 degrees. I just want to be outside the whole time. I can't see the point in being inside the house. And when I'm outside, I don't do much. I sometimes listen to spiritual videos, non-duality videos, and read books. But that's it. For the rest of the time, I'm just lying there, watching the clouds, the sun, the trees, taking walks. I can feel when I hear myself saying that, I can feel that this is the key. Just let go of everything. Surrender everything. Let go. It's okay if I don't feel like doing anything. But the ego is still there screaming, no, you have to figure it out. You have to find what you will do, and you have to do it, and you have to succeed. You have to do something. And I'm exhausted. I can't do anything anymore. And I feel guilty about that a bit. Well, I would change the wording. I would say, instead of saying I feel guilty about that, I would say I see the guilt about that being somewhere in my field, in my thoughts, in my awareness, but it's not as sticky. It doesn't grip me anymore. I'm like, yeah, of course I feel guilty about that, but so I guess I'm on the right track with this meditation challenge. I was really hoping to have major insights, but I guess the plan was to have a major breakdown or dissolution of myself, disappearance of myself, which is fine because that's the definition of awakening and enlightenment. So hopefully things will keep dissolving.